Welcome everybody to Bedbug TV. I'm your host, Jeff White. In today's episode, I want to talk to probably the pest control industry at large, but an everyday consumer could watch this video and learn about encasements and building encasements into the cost of your bedbug services. And so, when I travel around the country talking about products that you can use on bedbug services and what ones make a difference, I talk a lot about encasements because I think encasements are one of the game-changing tools when it comes to bedbug treatment. Box springs are one of the top areas that bedbugs hide, very complicated, very difficult to treat, and you can take an encasement and throw it over top of that box spring and or mattress and enclose all the bugs that are in there inside and then lock bugs out moving forward. And so it salvages infested bedding, it protects new bedding, they have a lot of ancillary benefits. But the most important is just the simple fact that they lock bugs in and you don't have to go through that box spring and take all that time to treat it. Now, when I travel around the country, I talk to pest control companies and they look at the encasements and what we tell people is, listen, build the cost of the encasement into the price of your service. Do not give the resident of the home or whoever you're selling your service to the option to buy encasements and put them on their bed. If you give them the option and they don't understand the value encasements provide, what do you think they're going to do? Obviously, they're not going to buy them because they don't understand how important these are. They don't understand the time it saves you from a treatment perspective. And so we recommend people build them right into the cost of service. Don't break them out as a line item. Don't tell them, we don't even necessarily tell them that they're receiving an encasement. Now listen, you can upsell your service by saying you include encasements, but it is not an option because people don't understand the value that they provide. Now, even saying that, when I talk around the industry, people are still like, well, it adds $100 to my service by installing 3 box spring encasements on an apartment that has 3 beds. And maybe that company isn't using mattress encasements unless there's evidence on the actual bed. They're just doing the box spring encasement. Fine, I get it. Stop looking at the cost of the encasement and saying it adds $100 to your service. And this is how you have to think about it. When you install these on the box spring, every single service on the initial service, let's say, how much time do you save on that service and let's say the next 2 services by installing encasements? You might save, and we've timed it out, about 10 to 15 minutes per box spring when you install encasements because you don't have to go back through. You don't have to treat all those cracks and crevices. You can just vacuum off the few bed bugs that you see, throw the encasement over top, maybe put a little bit of dust pesticide in the encasement if the label permits, close the encasement up, and that box spring, instead of taking you 15 to 20 minutes to treat, now only takes you 5. And so per bed, you save, let's say, about 10 minutes, let's say. And so let's say you have an apartment with 3 beds inside of it. That's 30 minutes that you save on every single service. Let's say that you do 3 services on your average bedbug treatment. That is an hour and a half that you save over the course of those 3 treatments by using these encasements. So let's say you're in the Northeast and you charge $150 per hour for your technician time. If you just saved an hour and a half, you just saved $225 in production time by using encasements. The cost of those 3 encasements might be, let's say, about $100. You actually just paid for the encasements and actually saved $125 by using them. Now, whether you pass it on to your clients or it's an operational savings, that's a company by company decision. I'm not here to tell you how to run your business, but I can tell you, stop looking, and that was a large dump truck outside, stop looking at the cost of the encasement. Look at the time it saves you. That's how you want to evaluate not just encasements, but any type of product. And so again, just reviewing real quick, when you build any type of product into your service, you want to think about not just the cost. I'm not saying dismiss the cost, but you want to think about the time it saves you because you can a lot of times offset the cost by looking at the time you save. If you have any questions, jeff.white@bedbugcentral.com, and I'm sure I'll talk to everybody soon enough.